I mean, and Christy, you're big in cinema. It's one of the big areas of business. Are you seeing anything between digital cinema and the sort of stuff that we're doing? Is there any?
Well, of course, when people are sitting in their seats waiting for the movie to start, we use the time ahead of that for unpleasant ads. I mean, we all hate to watch them, but it's an important outlet for media organizations. So we're doing that, but then moving the message to into the lobby of the cinema by the concession stands and so forth. And then we're seeing more and more leading edge companies wanting to put, well, for example, tile displays where you can have, as you walk into the auditorium to see a movie, have Batman standing there, welcoming you and things like that. So, and Batman holding a Coke or a Pepsi or whatever the message is. So we are seeing convergence everywhere. It's just happening. Yeah.
And I think one of the things, I've been a judge on a number of different award juries recently on content, and we're seeing better content. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but about repurposing TV content, and you had some specific views on that. But we're seeing some really good content coming from Hollywood and from the digital cinema world, coming out into the cinema lobbies, coming out into the big billboards, and we've seen some good campaigns around Europe recently showing the latest Harry Potter films and things. But you were talking about above the line TV creative and how it should be repurposed for retail.
Yeah, I think if you just take something for TV and then just put it onto a screen in a store, I just think you're just filling a screen because you can. Right. You're not really thinking about, someone, when they're watching TV, they're on their sofa generally, or in a chair in a cinema. When they're in a store, they're there to shop. They want to buy something, and if they don't, you want to make them realise that they want to buy something. So I think a TV advert has its place, but not in a store. It doesn't work hard enough.
Right. So you're saying it needs some thought?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah,
and you've done a lot of work with content and how it should be repurposed.
Basically, I think you should throw out the TV content and start all over again. It's just typically not appropriate. You want 7 seconds of somebody's eyes. If you can do that, then you've got the message across. And it's completely different content. It's completely different approach to it. It's you just have to attract their eyeballs, and TV's wrong. Just wrong.
And that's why you need to have that overall campaign in mind from the very beginning, because then when you're shooting your TV advert, you will then simultaneously, at the same shoot, you will shoot some material perhaps for a digital out of home or for a mobile application. That's something that's happening in the broadcast world today. You need to publish content to different platforms, and there will be different formats for that.
Really,
So if you start from the very beginning, when you map out your storyboard for your campaign, then you can manage that very efficiently.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other interaction, of course, is IPTV. In certain cases, you do need to bring in, broadcast content as a part of the display for certain applications, maybe in a stadium, for example.
And of course, broadcast works best if you do it the way you described, Ian, on a 16:9 screen. But what do you do if you've got an unusually shaped screen, columns, rows, whatever? So I think that's a big challenge for the advertising and the production companies, how to deal with that.
Absolutely. But it needs to be thought up front, because it's very difficult then to kind of do it retrospectively.